Good afternoon. In this video, I will demonstrate how to create the GUI application interface that is displayed to the right of the screen. We'll be doing it in Java. So basically what this does, it accepts the principal, the rate, the time, and it should calculate the simple interest upon the click of this button that mark calculate. All right, so let's jump right into it. We will be writing our code in Java. So we're going to create a new class. I'm going to call my class SI. And now let's get right on the way. So we're going to be creating a panel, the panel that is displayed to the right. Close observation of the panel would reveal to us that we have a number of components. So we have, on the panel, we have text field here, text field, text field, text field, text field. We have some labels here, label principal, the rate, time, simple interest. And we have two buttons, calculate and clear. All right, so in order to get these components in, we're gonna have to import a few stuff. So let's start with our import. So we're gonna need import java.awt.event to import java.awt.event and this will allow us to use our listener. I'm going to import java.swing .asterisk. All right. Now let's create our class. So public class SI. And because it's a panel, we're going to extends JPanel. All right. All right. And just before we create our constructor, we're just going to create the objects, each object that is listed in the component. So we're going to need a label for principal, for rate, for time. We're going to need these text fields, the text fields for those. So let's start by creating the labels. So we're going to call it, for the principal, I'm going to say pLabel. So I'm going to say it's JLabel. And this is for the principal label, pLabel, equal to new JLabel. And inside here, we're going to write what we want to display on the screen, which is principal. All right. The next label we have is rLabel. So it's JLabel, rLabel, equal to new JLabel. And this one is going to be the rate. The next one we have is another JLabel, which is going to be tLabel, which is equal to new JLabel. For this one, we're going to put time. The next one we have is going to be, for the simple interest, JLabel, sLabel, equal to new JLabel. And this is going to be the simple interest. All right, so these are the labels. That's what is displayed to the left here. So these are the labels. Now we're going to do these, the text fields. So let's say JTextField and put a comment. All right, so we're creating the objects. So we say it's JTextField. Give each a name. So I'm going to call the first one pText. And this takes in a parameter, that's the amount of space that we want. So we need another one, that's Another one for the rate, JTextField, rText equal to new JTextField. That's 10. Next one for the time, so JTextField. tText equal to new JTextField. Put in all of them at 10. The next one I need is simply address. I'm going to have JTextField. sText equal to new JTextField. Extend. And now we need buttons. We need 2 buttons. So I'm going to create button objects. So we need to have JButton, cButton. That's a calculate. Equal to new JButton. All right, in here I can just put what you want to be displayed. And then we have another button, JButton. I'm going to call this clear. Equal to new JButton. Inside here, I'm going to put clear. And there you have it. Those are the objects. Now, what we're going to do next, we're going to create a constructor. And in the constructor, we're going to be adding the different objects that we have created to the panel in the order that we have it here. So we're going to be adding the pLabel, that's for the principal label, followed by the pText, then the rLabel, followed by the rText, and so forth. That order. So the name of this constructor, but the constructor has the same name as the class, which is SI. So say something public SI. So to add these components to the panel, all I'm going to say is add pLabel, add pText, add rLabel, add rText, add tLabel, add tText, add sLabel, add sText, add cButton, add clear, let's get a current case, case, so add clear, in the constructor. Let me end the class here. All right. So this, what we did a while ago, this allows the different components to be added to the our panel. All right. So what we are going to be doing next is we're going to be creating a main method. The main method can be done in this class, or we can do it in another class to do the testing. Just to keep it simple, I'm going to keep everything in one class. All right, so ensure that the main is inside of the class. The class follow the brackets. So this bracket is open there, and this one opens here, closes here. So I think we have an extra bracket. So I'm gonna put the main down here. I'm gonna put public static void main. All right, for the main to work, we need to create a frame. We're gonna create a JFrame. Let's call it display or something like that. So we're gonna call it JFrame. All right. Now, what we're going to do next is we are going to be setting a default close operation. So we're going to say display. So in here, we're going to put JFrame exit underscore on underscore close. Right. And the next thing we need to do, we need to add the panel that we created to the frame. So we're going to just create an object of the panel. The panel is SI, remember SI. So we're going to say SI. So create an object of SI. We'll call it S interest. Lowercase s. So this creates an object of SI. So once the object is created, the name of the object is S interest. So I'm going to just add that to display. So I'm going to say display. Add S interest. I'm going to just set the size of display. Make it about 300 by 300. And I make it visible. To show. All right. Let's compile and see. All right, so we have an error here. All right, so the error here, we should have Java extension, that's swing, that's javax. And here we have another error, so we're gonna just fix them. Let's set default, close, operation. All right, so that's, all right, so we had a capital P here, and it should be a common P. All right, so down here we have INTR. There's a missing E here. All right, so now that we have added a panel to our frame, if we compile this program now, we should see something coming up. Let's just run this. All right, so here is what we have so far. All right, don't mind the appearance. Once all the information is there, we can fix the layout later on. All right, so what we should have our label, our text field, label, text field, and so forth. All right. Now, if we plug in figures here, it will not work. So we click calculate, it will not work because we have not yet set up the listeners. So let's now go back to our code, and now we're gonna fix that section to have the buttons working. So go back, and we're gonna step back in the code. All right, so we're gonna go below our constructor. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna create a private class for the listener. All right, so we're gonna create a private class. Call it button listener. And it's going to implement all right, now because it implements ActionListener, we are going to have to override action perform. All right. All right. So we implement ActionListener, that's capital A. So now we're gonna have to override the abstract method. So we're gonna have public void action perform. And this takes in a parameter action event. Let's give it E. All right. This is action perform. Let's look at the error. All right, so it has to override that method. So let's just add the ED here. All right. So once you override the method, so it's action perform. All right, so that takes care of that. Now inside this method, that is where we are going to handle the different events that should happen when the buttons are clicked. So the first button we're going to work on is the calculate button. So first of all, let's check in here for when the calculate button is clicked. So what we're going to say is if. Now the event that is triggered will be stored in E. So all you need to do is to get the source of E. So we're going to say if E that gets source, if the source is equal to the calculate button is stored as cButton. So if it's equal to cButton, then we're going to handle whatever is needed to get the calculation done. All right, so if the source is the cButton, what we need to do is to get the information that is entered for principal, what is entered for rate, what is entered for time. And we're gonna just store those in some double fields. So we're gonna just create some double variables. So we'll create one for principal. Call it, let's just call it P. And principal is gonna be equal to that's pText. Whatever is in pText, we're gonna get that. But what we're gonna have to do in addition is that we're gonna have to convert whatever is entered in pText, because what is entered in pText will be string. So we're gonna have to convert it to double. All right, and to do that, we're gonna say double that parse double. I'm gonna open a bracket here, and inside this bracket, what we're gonna put is pText that get text. So this will get the text that is entered in pText. This part get the text that is entered in pText, and then this part converts it from string to double. So we say double that parse double, and we pass pText that get text. We're gonna do that for all the others. So we're gonna have double R for rate is equal to double parse double rText dot getText. Same thing for time, double T equal to double parse double. And that's going to be tText dot getText. All right. So right now we have all of these. We have the value that was entered for the principal, the rate, and the time. And these now are all in the correct format, which is double. So now we can just go ahead now and work out the simple interest. All right. So I'm going to create another field just to keep it simple. So I'm going to create another double field to store the calculation. I'm going to call it simple int. All right. So the simple interest is going to be equal to, so it's principal times rate times time divided by 100. All right. All right. So the answer is now stored in simple int. What we want to do is to store, we want to put the answer in the text field for simple interest. Let's just look back and see what we call that text field for simple interest. That's sText. All right. So what we're gonna do now is to set the text for sText to this. But in order to do that, we're gonna have to convert this to string. All right. So we're gonna be doing two things. So we're gonna be saying sText dot set text. All right, open bracket. All right, so the set text allows you to set a particular text for the given text field. All right, so set text will allow you to set the text. So what we're gonna have to do now is to convert the simple interest to string, and to do that, inside here we're gonna say double dot to string. So we are converting from double now to string. So you say double that to string. And what we're converting to string is the simple int. All right. So let's go back over this. So first we get the text from each text field by saying, first one is in pText. So it's a pText that get text. But in order for us to do the calculation, we had to convert it to double by saying double that parse double. So we pass that to this function and repeat it for rate and for time. After we get the three values from the text fields, then we do the calculation of the simple interest, which is stored in simple int. What we do next is use double that to string to convert the simple interest and set the text up, the text field sText to what we converted to. All right. All right. So this is incomplete until we set the listener to the button and the button for the button. So we're gonna come back in the constructor. That's in SI. We're gonna set the listener for each button. So we're gonna say cButton. And what we're gonna do is to set the action listener. And we're gonna just create an object of the button listener class. So we're gonna say new button. All right. So that sets the listener for our button. All right. I should say add action listener. Sorry. All right. So we're gonna add the action listener for the next button. So I'm gonna do the same thing. So I'm just gonna copy and paste. So it's gonna be clear dot add action listener. All right. We have not done the if statement for the clear as yet, but let's just test this one to see how it works so far. So let's just get back to here. Let's run this. All right, so this is what we have. Let's bring it on the other screen so you can see. All right, so this is what we have. So if we should put in a principal, like 12,000, a rate of probably 10% time 2 years. Calculate, so there it shows the single interest, all right? But we have a little problem. So if I should, for example, mistakenly add a character here and try to calculate, the program will crash. And here's the error screen. All right, so we're gonna fix that. And I'm sure you know how to fix it. All right, to fix this, we're gonna add a try and catch. So we're gonna add a try and a catch here. So let's say try. And let's just indent these. And close this. Add our catch. All right, so I'm gonna say the variable I'm gonna use. I'm not gonna use E because I already use E up here. So I'm gonna put EX. And we can just shoot out an error message. All right, so you can use the J option pin. Show message. It's not null. Followed by your error message. All right, so good. So if there's an error, it will show this message. All right, so we fix it using our try and catch. So let's look back at it. So if we run our program now, so if we should type in something that doesn't make sense and click calculate, of course we get our little error message here. All right, so that takes care of that. All right, so the final thing we're gonna do is just to fix the clear button. So for clear, we're saying whenever the button clicked is clear. So we're gonna just check to see if the event is clear, just like we did here. So just below this if statement. All right, below here, so I'm gonna say if e that get source is a function, hence we have the open and close parentheses. So equal to clear. If it's clear, all we're gonna do is just to set the text of all the text fields on the screen to blank. So we're gonna have pText that set text to blank. Same thing for the others. rText that set text to blank. tText that set text to blank. sText that set text to blank. All right. And that's it. So that's our GUI application. Thank you for watching. Oh, let me just test it so you can see that it works. All right, so let's put in some figures. All right, so if I click clear, everything is gone. All right, thank you for viewing. Well, I know some persons might be annoyed by the appearance of the GUI. All right, so a quick fix to that. If we look here, we have 5 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. We have 2 columns. Quick fix, we could just create a grid layout. All right, so you could just set the layout. So you can just say set layout, open bracket, new grid layout, specify the number of rows, number of columns. That's fix it for us. All right, so it no longer looks jumbled. All right, so there are many other layouts that you can play around with. Let me just show you what this gives us. So that's what we have. All right, thank you and have a good day.